want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Take for their disease. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip gods into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make great.
All right, guys, let's get this party started. If you want a reading, be sure and visit my stand store. It is linked in the description below. And as always, we have a fair use, a disclaimer. As you come in, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and share the video if you like it. Let's get it going. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Astrology for Mystics with Jen. I'm Jen. I'm the astrologer for the day, for the moment. How's everybody doing? Hey, Angel for you. Jeff. Hey, babe. Orbit Traction. Jill. Little Miss Sharon. Hi, y'all. Good to see you. Good to see you, Kim. I just wanted to come on this morning. Well, this afternoon now. I've been deep diving. No, it's just, hey, me and you, Angela. I've just been deep diving, and I'm a little Well, I'm a little perturbed. I'm a little perturbed. Hey, Nicole. Hey, babe. Because looking at the different agencies, FBI, DIA, NSA, defense, you know, it's it's overwhelmingly depressing to look at all their connections because looking for children, looking for kids, mapping the missing, everybody screaming, wish the FBI would get involved. I wish they would do this, which they're all compromised. They're all compromised from the federal level down to the local level. They're all compromised. And I'm sure that there are some that aren't. And those that aren't going to make it. They won't make it. If you can't turn your cheek and not see the bad shit that's going on that they're doing that is corrupt, that is illegal, yeah, you're not going to make it, point blank. And if you do make it and you have too much knowledge, they're going to take you out. So, with that being said, it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop trying, that I'm going to just, give up. I'm never going to give up looking for these kids. And let me just stop all the small talk and let's get right down. Yeah, period. Let's get down to the nitty gritty here. Let's start looking at the astrology. Let's start looking at the astrology. I was watching the Charlie Kirk stuff again today. And I was doing it in slow-mo, and it's very obvious that whatever happens to him, it happens with the mic that's on his shirt. It's very obvious because the shot doesn't ring out until after he's hit. He's hit, and then you hear the shot. Not before, not during, after. And the way that they connect to Lebanon and the things that happened in Lebanon, it's spot on. Spot on. So where are we at right now? Let me pull up my pen and I'm going to tell you exactly what I see right now. And I'm going to be talking about Sebastian. I'm going to be talking about some of these kids as well during this live. First of all, what I want to say is that we are rising in Gemini. We are descending in Sag. So we are rising with the two. We are descending with relationships, whether that be in the air, whether that be missiles, online networking, the radio waves, something to do with the radio waves, but definitely relationships that are valued are being talked about. And the sun is in Capricorn now. We are shining on responsibility, accountability. There's a lot of energy going with the way that the United States brings in money, especially with the FBI. And let me just say, there's quite a few agencies that are connecting to the FBI, so it's not just them, not just them. It's also the NSA. Also the NSA that is being compromised today. We also see this 2542 that is connecting to not just the FBI, but also Ghislaine Maxwell. She is not able to, I guess, represent herself. I don't know what all is going on with her and the FBI, but she definitely connects to the FBI with courts, with relationships, with her boo boo that I just don't think is, I don't think he's gone at all. I'm going to be mapping him and I'm going to figure out where the hell he is. I also see that there's a breakup. This breakup with the 432, that's about communications with Sebastian Rogers and the things that happened at home. The things that are hidden at home with his mother, with his neighborhood, with home, with family, with his maternal line, with his maternal lineage. There's a breakup today, all day. And that connection is one that I share with him. So, with that said, what does that mean? It means that anything that you are seeing that you may have, started seeing last night, and it's going to be in transit. Let's see, it'll be in transit until, let's look at that. Let's look at Sebastian's transit right here because his mother, her magnetism opposes Saturn right now, and it will be opposing Saturn until late tonight at 11:15. Late tonight at 11:15. And you can see that it will move off of that 2542. Now it's on the 2543. We still have Admitos, this breakup that's taking place. We could be getting a lead in, could be getting, some information in. We'll see how that works itself out. We'll definitely see because his mother, all the energy that is opposing her has to do with the FBI and her connection to the FBI. It's also bringing limits and obstacles to Terry Bowersox because Terry Bowersox also has the degree with the FBI in her 2542. Their connection is pretty sound, just so you know. The connection between Katie and Bowersox is 110% connected to the FBI. So, what does that mean? That means that I don't trust that connection. That's what that means. I see that at late tonight when that energy moves off of Katie and the FBI and Bower Sox, this 00, I'm sorry, this 1530 is coming to, it's coming to the same degree in which Utah has. Utah here in the third house of communications. It's about their home. And there's information, the media is all over it. And yes, he definitely connects to Utah. There's a lot of agents and agencies that are connected to Utah for certain reasons, and you can imagine what they are. Being that Charlie was taken out in Utah, they have a lot of CIA, NSA operatives there on campus, not off campus, on campus. So it looks like this energy with Sebastian Rogers is going to, it'll move off of him right after. Okay. So about 2 o'clock in the morning, Nashville time, it'll move off of Sebastian Rogers. Sure will. Looking at my notes because some of these notes that I've got have got some connections that with Sebastian that I'm really concerned about. Because I do think now that I've looked at and educated myself more with these agencies, Sebastian's definitely connected to them. It's not just some of these, states that he's connecting to. These states are, well, they're compromised by the money. And that's the problem that I think that we are facing with Sebastian, his case especially is the connections that his mother has, that his family has with the military and the high up military. So what's going to happen is we're going to have a relationship that's going to oppose Sebastian tomorrow. Tomorrow, this opposition with him at 10:30 in the morning is going to oppose all the things that are hidden with his mother, with her family, with what took place with Sebastian. It's going to oppose right there at 2751 with a relationship. Relationship is Juno. That's a relationship, guys. So what I'm waiting for is that connection that he and Utah has. This connection that they have is a 1701, and the wisdom with that 1701 is going to be coming into transit with Poseidon. Let's see. Let me take a days. Take a days because this is where it really gets hairy with Utah, with the investigation, with some of these agencies. So funny how it's not funny. It's just it's sad to me, really, the way that they connect Sebastian and these agencies that are militant. So here we are, and we do have this is on Christmas Eve. Let's go back a little bit. Let's go back a little bit. See what I can see first. There's a relationship here with the United States. Reigniting of a flame. It's critical. This is December 24th. His dad's values are going to be opposed. Sebastian's is. There's an expansion with travel and home, with the way that he communicates with home, because his Mercury is going to be making contact with Jupiter. This case with Sebastian is so solvable. It's so solvable. It's just the agencies that are compromised. That's the problem. That's the problem, guys. It's the problem. So I'm seeing that this 1701 is coming into right there, right there. Let me show you why I'm saying that. Because on Christmas Eve, and I would not, I definitely, guys, would not say that there is a no false flag event that isn't coming. In fact, that I mean, they're prepping us up for it. So, prepping us up, man. So when we look at Sebastian's chart and we compare it with the 24th of December, this 1701 is in the third house, the communications, all the communications. These communications, this 1701, there's one state that I have found, and that's Utah. And that 1701 is going to be in transit all day, 24 hours, with a lot of wisdom. Lots of wisdom about ponds, trash, investigation, video, we the people. Yeah. So if you heard anything about two cars, two people, two something, whatever that two is that you've heard over the last 24 hours, if you've been following Sebastian's The Chatter, anything about the two, that's why. That's why is because Admitos today into tomorrow morning, afternoon is going to be at that 432. Okay. Anything about the cemetery, that's in transit. It's in transit. You can best believe that anything and everything that is happening, it's in transit. We can explain that. We can definitely explain that. So, what are we looking at here? So, we can see that Hygeia, by this point in time, when we have all this wisdom upon his Chiron, all that pain that he's sharing with the future, with groups, with homelessness, with video, with groups of people, with a gang, anything like that. Homeland Security, I mean, wherever he's at, This is opposing the values of his dad. It's opposing the values of any authority, even his stepdad, anything. This could even be because he has Venus here with his values. Venus in Capricorn's a businesswoman. So that to me is also a woman. Venus in Capricorn. She's a bala. Shakala. She's a bala. That would be, any woman that would be not his mom. No. No, no, no. Not his mom. It could be the woman at Texas Roadhouse, who I often say could be, in my opinion, way she looks, way she walks, that duck walk she's got, man, it looks like totally looks like Texana to me. But what do I know, right? What do I know? There's going to be something that's happening on the 24th. Christmas Eve. I don't I wouldn't put it past any of them to put out some type of false flag. And I'm saying that because I'm seeing energies here that I've been looking at for days, looking at the Charlie Kirk stuff. Also, I'm not sure that the midheaven that I have for the Homeland Security is correct. If it is correct, there is a major transformation taking place with them today with Homeland. But I can definitely see that that opposition is coming. Oh, I mean, it's already in opposition, basically. Let's see. What else do we see here? The lunar nodes are coming down to this 1228 in the 11th house with a magnetism with the law. Interesting. We can only hope that at some point in time, there's going to be an arrest made, right? Okay, so let's go back. Let's look at Utah because I want to see what's happening in Utah here as well. Just one second. Let me look. There it is. Okay. There it is. All right. This 2439, you see Eris, the goddess of war and strife. That 2439 is going to be in transit. And there's a breakup. There's a breakup here with the sixth house of health is every day. There's something that is going to be going on at this point in time. Would we get a lead in? I'm not sure because Jupiter, yeah, I think so, because Jupiter is coming down to this 2214. So that would be an expansion with the law, the courts, the DA possibly, and information coming in. And then it contacts that Mercury. Then Jupiter contacts that Mercury. So it'll come down. The lunar nodes are going to come down, make contact here. Then they're going to come down and make contact here. So we should see a bunch of movement. Bunch of movement here. Let me look. Hold on. Mercury is also going to be coming to Sebastian's justice, this divine justice with the courts, with the travel, with traveling even. The plane. With the plane, maybe? The private plane. Interesting. Interesting. Let me think. Let me think. Sorry, guys, I'm not looking at chat. I should look at it probably. LDS militant camps for kids with behavioral problems. That's possible. Do you have any addresses? Do you have any names of some of those? It could be what he may or may not have found at the cemetery. It could be. But whatever is there's a relationship that's coming with information and It's going to go against Sebastian, so that's what I'm looking at. They have identified, yes, they did. They said that they identified her, she was wearing the same shirt, everything. Yep, yep. Um, what else? What else? Yeah, because the DIA, Trump, Canada, they're a lot of them are sharing this moon degree, that 428, that moon degree, and there's gonna come a breakup with that very soon in just a few days, but I promise I'm definitely watching this. I'm watching it all, and it's hard to keep up because Sebastian's degrees in his chart, there's a lot of military here. I'm telling you, there is a lot of military here. And I've only really truly realized that looking into Charlie Kirk's and investigating these groups, these agencies that are corrupt as corrupt can be. They're so corrupt. It's not even funny. Let me look at Utah. Let me pull Utah up so y'all can remember the connections that Sebastian and Utah have because they do, he does connect to their Venus, Utah, Sebastian. Let's just look at this real quick. Utah is on the left, Sebastian is on the right. And this 1701 is their Venus. Look at that. Children, schools, foreign agents, foreign affairs, church, military. His wound is their Venus. His wound is their Venus, guys. And on the 24th, their values are going to hold a lot of wisdom, especially when it has to do with the health factor. And what I don't hear from all of great podcasters, these great podcasters that are armchair investigators like myself, what about the people at the school? What about the CIA agents that are embedded in Utah schools? I mean, what in the actual hell is going on here? I don't, yeah, at night thinks that, I mean, I'm sorry, guys, but I'm not, you never see Nick in this chat. There's a reason for that. Nick is at night for me. I hope, hey, if they solve the case, more power to them. If they could solve the case, more power to them. But for me, in my opinion, intelligence should be taken out of that name because there's no intelligence there. Getting Seth involved in all kinds of bullshit, Rico and all that stuff. Yeah, they can get it like they give it. I'm sorry. You're not going to get a whole lot of um and I'm saying that I'm sorry because I don't want, I don't want anybody to take that personal except Nick and those people that are with at night. I don't like them. Never liked them. Wish Seth didn't have anything to do with them. Yeah, I don't believe a damn thing that they say. I don't. All these people that follow at night and that listen to them, they have no idea. If they come out and they search for Sebastian, if they come out and they solve this case, I will take all of that back. But until then, that's how I feel. You can like at night and be in this chat. You can talk about at night and be in this chat. You will not get any repercussion for having your own ideas about at night, but they can. Who we talking about? Scorpio moon. We're talking about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, who went missing out of Nashville, out of Hendersonville, Tennessee in 2024. There is an agency that came on and that inserted themselves into this case, and they are called At Night Creative Intelligence Agency. And there's nothing creative, there's nothing intelligent about them. They haven't solved the case. And quite frankly, I think that as soon as they came onto the case, it hindered the case. That's what I think. I think that there's too many distractions that they have caused. Way too many distractions. Not enough time focused on Sebastian. It's very weird. Scorpio moon, very weird. I totally agree. So, regardless of, my opinion, which it doesn't really matter, I'm a very small channel. Nobody really pays attention over here. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I want to be respectful to any of you that would listen to this afterwards, that are listening to this now, even in the bushes. I want to respect your opinion as well, because we all have one, right? We all have an opinion on everything, and we don't have to agree. We can always agree to disagree, and we can still be buds. They shouldn't be on social media. I agree. I agree. They shouldn't have created so much havoc. For Seth, they completely derailed, distracted, and I don't like it. I don't like it a bit. I love the E fam, Mr. E being on there, he obviously thinks differently, and that's okay. We don't have to agree. We can all agree to disagree. It's okay. So I just want to say too that Sebastian has these degrees that he has, like this dark moon that he has in his chart, that's with the FBI. Okay. It's with the FBI and kids and schools. Militant. Again, militant. I'm seeing it. He rises with Maryland, rises with Homeland Security. Dark Moon goes to the FBI. And then we have a connection here to the TBI. And I don't even, even if I told you what they are, you're probably going to forget, but that's okay. Eris is the goddess of war and strife. That's with the fifth house of kids and school. There's position again. These degrees are connecting to the TBI. His Saturn connects to Trump. I can go on and on and on and on. He connects to Virginia in a big way. Again, he's connecting to Ohio. This 2439, damn, I can't remember where it was that he is connecting to with that degree. And I need to find it. I need to find that state or that country and put it in my brain. But there's a breakup with it today. With whatever state that is, it's a breakup with it today. He just matches way too much to these agencies, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I personally do not think that Sebastian made it home. I think at 1:26 a.m., he was having a major opposition. Whether they took him out of his home, I don't think so. I don't. I don't think that he made it home. If he did make it home, if he did, those lights, anything that we were to find and we would send it off, we're gonna be shut down anyway. That's what I think. It's exactly what I think. too much compromising here. There's too much that's been compromised. And his family, being military, there it is. It's about who you know. It's definitely about who you know. So like I said, the 1701, that is where his connection is with Utah. He also has a connection here with Utah, with the physician in the 7th house of relationships and partnerships. And this 1531 is also connected to Virginia. Imagine that, because we do have a lot of military in Virginia. Virginia, Maryland, Washington, right? Massachusetts, all that little area right there. This 2148, he is also connecting with these higher up agencies with that Neptune. That's the reason why I'm like, guys, this is not good. It's good that it could mean that Sebastian is alive. That's the good thing. That's the good thing. That's the good thing. They're gonna get a wake-up call. Utah, we're not done with Utah yet, okay? We're not done with Utah yet. There's a lot of things that is still yet to come out about Utah and the unaliving of Charlie. That is definitely, I think that Tyler Robinson was being watched. I think he was being watched. I think they knew his plans, and I think his plans coincided with theirs, and that is otherwise, he's just a patsy. Ruby Frank's niece talked about the camps, how they came mid of night and take an otherwise defiant kiddo away to the camp straight from their bed. I've seen stuff like that, and I'm just wondering where? Where would they take him? Where would they take him? Where would they take him? Because he's got too much. He's connected way too much to these agencies to not take note. It's something fishy about this. And the only like I said, the only good thing is that it would mean that he is alive and he would come home eventually. So, let me look at that missing event too now that I'm thinking about this, because I've got to pull it up with some of these agencies, because when I get offline, when I get done with this, I definitely will be looking more into this theory that I've got going on right now. Hold on. Let me look at Sebastian missing first. Hold it up with Utah, because I'm thinking Utah, Virginia, Ohio. That seems to be the places that. Let me look at this for a second. Because that morning, it would have been that morning that 1701, the morning, this great morning that they had, that's when, hold on, I've seen that. That morning, that 1701 was activated. It was that morning when Utah would have been activated, when his Chiron was activated. It quickly went from a 1702 to a 1703. This is when I have it most prominent, because the moon at a 2636 is in an opposition with Neptune. If there's anything that would have taken place in the middle of the night, and again, we've got this 344, Oklahoma. The dark moon with the United States is in 1928. It's about going far. He could be in another country, not just a state. 7-Eleven, there's Mexico, there's Tennessee. So 2433, 2433. That's what I've been looking for right there. And I'm sure that's what I've been looking for. Because that right there is a non-mover, and that's the law. That's the attachment of the law. If there was a military school, that's the attachment of it. 2433. Let me just start looking at some of these. Oh, why does that not say 2433? Let's look at the Federal Aviation. The FAA, that's this is the connection with Colorado. Let's see. The FAA, that's going to be January. Hold on, when is that? January 3rd. Let me keep looking. Because even with a small plane, even with a private plane, there's the 2420. Even with a private plane, even with a private plane, it would still require a look into with the FAA. Okay. Eric Craddock has the 1448. The United States has the 1448. 1448 for Eric Craddock's a non-mover. It's in Cancer, so it's about the home. It's about Tennessee. It's about Sumner County. And this is the Saturn. It slows the United States down. 11th house of groups with the FAA and the way that they take planes down and call it something else. Okay, so the FAA, so I'm looking for the 2433. I'm looking for the 2433. Save James Mattis. 2433. Let me look at England. Sorry, guys, I'm not looking. National Guard Youth Program in Wisconsin for kids with behavior issues. Do me a favor. Email me whatever schools that you can find that are military like that for behavioral military. Can you do that, Rakeem? Okay, anything that y'all find, addresses. I just need addresses. Just the addresses. Send them to me at jennifertjennings@gmail.com. Send them to me. 24. See, we almost have that 2434. We almost have that 2434, but when he goes missing, let me make sure. Let me look at that. Let me see. Hold on, because that's in the middle of the night. Let me see when that changes. Let me see when that changes. Because we're almost to that 2434. Okay, no, not that day. Okay. So we're looking for the 2433. Let me pull England back up, or UK. 2433. Because we need to make a connection with that, because I think that that's going to be that'll be it. The 1753. 1753. We've been here before. We've been here before. Okay. Let me go back. Look at some of these. Department of Justice. Let's look at that. And of course, you know that the Department of Justice has a huge weight on them today. Of course they do. Of course they do. Their sun is being opposed today. Their sun, the way that they shine here at home, it's being opposed. Of course it is. They're they did something unlawful. It's unlawful what they have done. They are compromised as well. This 1504, this 1504 rises in Aries, descends with justice. Yeah. Yep. That's where the weight is all day today. Hades is at a 1504 today. The desires with Cupid is at a 906 in Capricorn. So yeah. The things that the United States does with the SA trafficking stuff, that's where they get slowed down in the courts, especially overseas. Foreign money. Foreign money. Can't make it up. When Charlie was taken out, this 2918 that goes to Egypt, that goes to Dan Bongino, it also goes to the values of, you guessed it, the Department of Justice. It's just pathetic. Pathetic, man. Who did I say has that 1706? Damn. The FAA. Let me write that down because that's coming with the FAA. Okay. It is pathetic. It makes me so mad. Just I could spit nails about it. Really. Makes me so mad. The 2656 that Sebastian has in his chart, well, there's Homeland. There's Homeland. The 0024 that he has in his chart that is being opposed, there it is with the relationship. So let me keep looking because I'm still looking for that 2433. There's the 108. Hold on. Hold on. 108. 108. Let me see. One 08. 107. Okay. So Pluto's a 107, and then Pluto comes to that 108 with Homeland. Shit. Go back down. He comes back. I want to say right. No, it does take a while. Okay. Okay. Let's go back up. Where's my other agencies? Defense, the DIA. Oh, yeah. When Charlie was taken out, this 137 was with Pluto. Pluto in Aquarius was a 137. So there you go. Defense Intelligence Agency was on it. They are going to be having some, they're going to have some time. Let's see, that's going to be DIA. And the breakup with his moon is going to be a reigniting of a flame with their friend group. Their friend group, that 428. And it's very interesting to note. I want you to understand something right here is that this flame of life that's burning with the DIA is in an opposition with Donald Trump. So if he gets taken out, just know it's because he has an opposition with the defense, a major opposition, in fact, with the flame of life. Okay? That's why he would be taken out. Let's look at Washington, D.C. Let me make sure. Because I'm looking for that 2433. And I'm about to look at Israel too. About to look at Israel. Because remember that 2420 with the Department of Justice or DOJ? That DOJ right there. There it is. That 2420 that was in transit when he went missing. He has the 1705 first. Okay. Hold on. Because that's coming. That I'm going to be looking at, making sure. Let's see. Let's go back down. Donald Trump. Looking for that 24. See, Donald Trump he's got his dark moon. He's got his dark moon. It's about things that take place at home with the DIA, with the defense. That's his dark moon. A complete opposition with death. With death. All right, let's keep going. Lebanon. When Charlie was taken out, let me just show you guys this real quick since I've got you guys here. We don't have a whole lot of people in the chat. Let me show you guys this because you'll never see this anywhere else. So when Charlie was taken out, let me go back to Lebanon. All the talk about the pagers and the cell phones and the stuff that took place in Lebanon. Well, guys, that microphone that he had on his chest blew up before you actually hear the shot. Before you hear the shot. And the problem when that took place is this 1408 is showing a lot of directed energy. And that is exactly where Lebanon has their intense experience. And I want you to know that this 1408, Erica Kirk also has in her chart. And it's a 1408, and it's actually in Libra. There's an opposition with her, with the government, and with Lebanon. They took him out through a sophisticated microphone that was right there. You can see it when you go in slow motion, you can see it, especially if you play it very slow on like the 0.25. So what they're saying is correct. And the other thing that I want to show you guys is this. They rise at a 2433. and they descend at a 2433. Lebanon does. And so I'm wondering, I just wonder. I just really wonder because Sebastian has a 1614 that was in transit when he went missing. Let's go back. Let's go back so I can show you what I'm talking about. Lebanon, Sebastian missing. Something up. There's something up with these people in our military. This 1614 goes to President Trump. This physician, Apollo, is a 1614 in Virgo. Trump's 1614 is in Virgo in his first house. So Trump and Lebanon definitely connect right there. Sebastian has a 1614 in his chart, okay? It says God's will be done. It's Vulcan, his Vulcan at a 1614. Let's go back. Where's it at? Right here. This 1614 was in transit when he went missing, and the 1516. So his Mars, the traveling, the body, God's will's being done. We're going overseas. We're going on a long trip. We're going on a long trip, guys. So that 1614, go back to Trump. Where's he at? So you can see it in his chart. Or did I even pull it up? Okay, I didn't. So Donald Trump, his 1614, let me just show you. You don't want to miss this. Right here. So his physician, Apollo, that brings enlightenment, is right there, 1614. Okay. Here's his wisdom about the values. Those values are a 720. Okay. Donald Trump connects to their physician with relationships, especially when it comes to kids, especially when it comes to publicity. But that 1614 was dark. The dark moon was coming over Lebanon and Trump the day that Sebastian, the moment actually that Sebastian went missing. That moment. And so do you see my dilemma here? Do you see why I'm just like frustrated? Because when Sebastian went missing, before Eris came to that 2620, Eris was at a 2619. She had just come into the 2420. Shit. Sorry, my bad. It was a 2420. But when he goes missing, it's trippy because everything is revolving around their ascendant degree. And so if I look back on February 26th, the 25th and the 26th, 25th and 26th, 2024, Lebanon and Trump. Around February 26th, context regarding Trump, Lebanon, and the Middle East primarily centered on the impact of the U.S. policies on regional conflicts, specifically regarding Gaza, and the potential for shifts in foreign policy related to sanctions and security measures. That's what was going on. So there was a lot of disordered aggression. There was a lot of darkness surrounding the 2. And in looking at this and then noticing how Sebastian connects to all of that, it just really makes me wonder. All of these connections, all of that day that he goes missing, the day before and that day, the 25th and the 26th, the tensions were crazy. They were just crazy. We can even look because Trump and Netanyahu, well, Israel, were also in transit in a big way. I mean, they were holding collective transits about a potential ceasefire. The 344 also goes to Mexico. Okay. It also goes to Mexico. So, Mexico. We can just Google and we can look back and we can see. News reports focused on the announcement that Joe Biden and President Trump would hold dueling trips to the US Mexico border. And we know that the US Mexico border, we have now found out that there's an actual underground tunnel, a legit underground tunnel going up into Nevada. We have learned this with the Charlie Kirk stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's very frustrating. It is very frustrating because the tensions were so high that day that it's really hard to differentiate. Like, let's pull up Mexico because Mexico, Israel, um, all these agencies, there was a lot of movement. When I was looking at the transits a week and a half ago and I was stressed out because there was so much movement, I could see the movement. I mean, you can literally feel it as an astrologer, you can literally feel it, when you're looking at stuff like this. Oh, that's New Mexico. New Mexico. New Mexico is also compromised. The compromising is the 2443. No doubt about it. They are compromised in a big way. New Mexico is compromised. They're messed up from the flow up. Let's go back. Let me look, make sure. All right. Mexico. Let me show you why I say that, Mexico was because they all hold a transit. So, I mean, a certain degree, Mexico, Trump, and Israel altogether hold a degree. And that 344 degree is it's Mexico, IC, and midheaven. IC and midheaven. And so when I say the sun is shining on Tennessee, well, Tennessee's second house values, eighth house, things that are hidden. Well, that 7-Eleven is also the connection with Tennessee and Mexico with their values, the values that are hidden with other people's money. You can pay them off. In fact, all of this weight in the third house of communications is exactly where Mercury was when this major opposition was taking place with the moon and Neptune. Major opposition. The 2411 that the United States has with their Mercury in the eighth house of Cancer, well, that 2411 that goes to the Department of Justice, it also goes to Mexico. Mexico as well. So there is a lot of connections with the different agencies, the different states, right? And trying to keep up with all of it is not easy, guys. It's not easy at all. Oh my gosh. So that 344, there was a major transformation that was taking place with Mexico, major transformation that was taking place with Trump and Israel, Netanyahu, Nettie, the Netster. Let me pull up Arizona again because there's a state that I'm going to have to find that's got that 2439. And somehow I didn't. If I did write it down, I'm going to have to look through my notes. Look at Arizona. Make sure that they don't have. I'm going to look at Mississippi. I want to look at Louisiana. That's a no-go for me. I mean, Arizona has this is where they connect with the foreign entities. All the foreign agents with Arizona is right here. There's a lot of foreign agents that would be in control with Colorado. Let me pull Colorado, make sure that's not the one. Where's that? Let me look. Sorry, guys, I'm not looking at that. Love you guys, but I'm really on this right now. Let's see. There's the 2430 with Charlie Kirk. The things that happened in Lebanon, that's it right there with Colorado. Colorado was there it's a big player too when it comes to the problems that we have in our there's that 537 one more time that matches the state of Tennessee, but I don't see interesting Jupiter, the airport, Jupiter airport. Hold on. Jupiter. Let me look at that. Hold on. 2224. See what we can see here. Because I'm waiting to see how this is going to work itself out tomorrow with flying. There it is. In the morning, Colorado. That's when the opposition takes place with Sebastian. Okay. A wake-up call. $24.39. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is this, okay? For traveling tomorrow. I haven't really looked at this with the FAA just yet. Um, let me think about this for a second. The United States has their Neptune at a 2225. And so the United States having their Neptune in the ninth house at a 2225, obviously, other states, other countries are going to have that connection with the United States, okay? First and foremost. But this is looking like a pretty intense day for travel tomorrow. And then I'm seeing Sebastian being opposed. There's a relationship that's going to oppose him. That'll still be in transit in the morning. Man, oh man. The dark moon is in the past. She's there. So I think that this is gonna be this is gonna be a time to watch here. Definitely gonna be a time to watch here in the morning. And hopefully everything is gonna go okay. But if I do have the Homeland Security correct, that's their midheaven. There's gonna be a shakeup with the United States Chiron with groups. Hmm. Okay. I'll save that. We'll look at this for what's Ohio? I'm thinking that's Ohio. Let's go to Ohio for a second. Make sure I saved it. I think we're looking at Ohio. I can see some Virginia in that. So I'm seeing some military. May not be, may not have anything to do with flight at all. Hold on. Hey, Shauna. Let me look at the chat for a second. Let me just look at the chat for a second. Yep, it's Ohio. So we're gonna have a disordered aggression. What else can we see here? Do they have the 2439? They have a 2438, 2426. They definitely have the 2046. And let me just say that that 2046, that Ohio and that Sebastian Share with the TBI is not a good degree. It's not a good degree. I don't like it. I don't like it, guys. Let me look at the chat real quick. Jeff, I see your text, babe. Be safe. 2439. Obviously, Ohio has that 1143 that matches Sebastian's teacher. He has it in his chart times 3. He has an opposition here with groups in Ohio. They're every day. Major opposition with groups, especially religious groups. He is not with it, basically. That's what that means. He ain't with it. The opposition with him means that he does not do well in Ohio. But there's going to be a darkness. Let's see what we see here, 27, 24, 28. 27, 24, 28. That's definitely information. We may be capturing something at the moment. And they shine at a 2059. I got to remember that. I'll be seeing that all the time now. Okay. 26. So what I'm looking at is there is because Neptune, it could be about healthcare, but it could be about something that we're not seeing clearly with the law, with the justice, with a plane, a flight, something we're not seeing clearly here. God, where is that? Ugh, is that? I promise you, I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it, guys. I just feel like something. The weight is on the weight. We just saw that. We just saw that weight. Hold on. Who's it going to be on? Who's it going to be on? At 1503, that weight is who does the weight belong to? 1503. It's at a 1504 today. That's with the justice system. That's with the Department of Justice. 1503. Hold on. Nope, nope, nope. Is it Washington? Nope. Nope. It seems like it was up here somewhere. That 1503 was. That's where I'm looking for it. Somebody is going to be weighted down. Arizona? Nope. Mexico? No. Utah? Mm-mm. The FAA? It's the FAA tomorrow. Fuck, damn. Okay, let's look at the FAA with this shit. It could have something to do, okay? It may not be that it's going to be a flight. It could definitely have something to do with the investigation with Greg Biffle. It could definitely have something to do with that. May not have to do with travel at all. It would appear it's hitting ascendant. It's actually already in the past. It looks like with Ohio. That could be with Sebastian in Ohio. It could be just the weight of all the traveling, but, you know, don't know, guys. We got a 27, 15, 28. Doesn't look like it could be Venus. I mean, Venus will eventually make it here. 54, 450. This is I'm seeing Iran too, okay? So I'm seeing Iran. I'm seeing Iran. There could be a false flag. No joke. No joke, man. 27 at 2457, 2456. There's information with the FAA during this period of time in the morning. I don't know. And it would be I think it would be like an international some type of international flight. International. The 2024, I'm curious to look up in this book I have in the 1600s. Can you tell me what sign it's in? The 20 You mean the 2420? The 2024, um, for which one? For who? And hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. Listen to my rambling on of numbers, connections. I know I'll study this a little bit more tonight, and I'll have more for you guys tonight. I'm going to try to do it tonight. I know we've got to finish up some shopping tonight. So I don't know. Uh, I mean, by in the morning we'll know, so I don't see any reason to keep on keeping on, but God dang, man, what is happening here? We're learning something. Virginia, 35, 35. And I know that yesterday, if Shauna is still in here, yeah, it's not that though. It's not that. It's not California. I mean, not that anything isn't gonna, come about with any of these other states. I'm just saying that what I'm seeing is something different. And the 0034 is pretty prominent with the things that I've been looking at here lately with the Charlie Kirk. The 1706 that is coming with the FAA, that is definitely gonna be coming, and I think that it's about the investigation, but the weight is definitely on the FAA right now. And if you're talking about the FAA, the 2420, Rakeem, that's for the FAA, it's in Virgo. It's the physician Apollo in Virgo. I don't see anything else that's calling on me to. I do know that that chick that's in Utah, I do know that she has this degree, the CIA chick. Hmm. There's some oppositions that with Sebastian, and I think that these oppositions are chatter. I think it's the chatter because a lot of people have deemed him deceased with no evidence at all that he is deceased. And I think that that's where we get into some problems with the whole theories. All these theories would make it appear that he is deceased when he may not be at all. There's an expansion with Jupiter and the United States. So let me look at the United States here for a second. Look at the United States one more time. Oh, that's the Marshalls. Don't want them right now. USA, 23rd. That's why I can show you. Oh, shit. I still pulled up the Marshalls. God dang it. Dang it. Okay, let's go back. God. I still pulled them up, even though I was like, nope, not doing it. USA, 23rd. Okay. It's this 2225 that is going to be in transit with Jupiter. Jupiter and Neptune is going to be making contact with this degree and it's going to do a little something something. When Sebastian went missing, there was a group. There was a group. And it's a federal group. It's either with church or it is with a foreign agent. that was shaking things up was Sebastian. Other states have that, other agencies have that as well. But when it comes to this 2225, this Neptune, it's making it cloudy as far as traveling and with the law enforcement, with the judges, with the judge. So, does that mean that tomorrow what we're going to find out is the Department of Justice? Are they going to be sued? What's going on? Because the Department of Justice slows them down with their public image. And this is exactly where Trump connects to the United States with their Saturn. And this is also where Eric Craddock connects with the United States with their Saturn. Not a good connection to have with the United States. Like I said, the Department of Justice is also connecting here with that 2411. See. Okay, so the flame of life has just came over. The flame of life here. Gosh, Vesta is making contact with the Vesta. Even though this is in Taurus, Vesta is in Capricorn. Don't matter. Don't matter. There's definitely connections being made here. Definitely. Their Chiron at home. The wake up call that is coming with groups and investigations. Oh, it kind of looks like this actually may be about the courts. It may be that there's a group of people that's going to be suing the Department of Justice, the judge. The judge. Could be other things going on, of course, but see what else. Yeah, all of this is in the first house of the United States chart, except for, yeah, all of it is. All of this is in the first house. It's all right here in their first house, right there. Yep. 34. I don't know. There's other things going on here. Definitely other things. All right. But this is where we're at right now, guys. This is where we're at right now. Major opposition with Katie Proudfoot. She has a magnetism. Her Zeus is a 2542 in Virgo, no matter what time she's born. This is showing a past health with what's her face? Damn, God's will is being done with Faith. Faith has just had an opposition with Mars. And this is Melissa, a past with Melissa. Makes me wonder about the travel of Faith. There is a major opposition. Katie could be, she could be sick. It could have something to do with the authority. It could have something to do with the FBI trying to save face here. Yeah, there is a lot of energy that's going toward the Department of Justice with the United States right now. Let's look at that. Let's look at that. Department of Justice. Restores image showing Trump after backlash. Oh, so they took it off and then they restored it. Oh, okay. But you're not corrupt. All right, gotcha. Okay. NAR rules can be per se illegal. Oh, really? Really? Well, well, the National Association of Realtors rules can be per se illegal. Well, isn't that interesting? I wonder how I wonder how National Association of Realtors gonna think about that. That's a sign pulling up the marshals. You think so? You think so? You think I should pull the marshals up? My eyes are twirling. Girl, it's not for the telling you. That is 24th degree in Virgo, and this book doesn't give me the minutes, so it's just right on the dot of 24. But that scares me for Sebastian. Well, we can look at the marshals. Hold on, let's see about being sued. Are they being sued yet? I mean, who is going to actually file a lawsuit? I don't know. Justice Department sues the District of Columbia for the unconstitutional ban of semi ooh, er, sues DC over restrictive gun laws. There it is. Okay. So that's what's going to be Trump quips about seeking DOJ settlement. I hear God by give myself $1 billion. I bet you do. Schumer forced Senate vote on suing DOJ over partial release. There it is. There it is. Okay. That's today. That's today at 12:31. That's it. I think that's what we're gonna see, guys. We're gonna see some stuff go straight constitutional. Let me read some of your um hey guys, let me read some of these. Dan Bongino, man, I'm saying his connections are not good. Not good. I see a bunch of wows. Yeah, wow. Spot on, girl. Saying. Spot on. Here, Billy, Deanna, Cat Lady. Tennessee to Utah is a long trip for anyone, but then it's not overseas, right? Yeah, please subscribe, guys. Subscribe. Become a member. We have one of those here in Indiana, the catacombs. It's cut off at a certain area where people can't visit as tourists. We don't know for sure how far it extends. Look, Indiana, that's as corrupt as I mean, corrupt. But aren't they all? I mean, really, really, aren't they all? It has to do with who you know, what you're smuggling, and all of that. How you're bringing in that money, honey, illegally. I'm just so irritated. I'm just so frustrated by it. I've always felt a car with airport with him. I mean, there is there are family members that do have private license. There is an airstrip right there in Gallatin. I'm curious to look up the troopers triplicities up. I know you say that astrological sign doesn't matter, but I have a book. Well, I do think that the sign definitely matters. So what I do is I connect the degrees first. I want to see the connections first. And then I will start with my mind. I'll start putting like if it's a Cancerian energy, I'm putting it in that house too as I'm dueling it out. But first, I want to see the degrees. I want to see the connections first. Let the connections tell me the story of how they're connecting. And so the signs definitely matter. We look at this, we look at the, look at the degree first. If it's 2120, Okay. Then I know that I'm looking for another 2120. Okay, it makes a match. Okay, it's a match. We've got a Libra, we've got an Aries. Okay, they're matching, but they're opposing each other. So we have a justice, we have some warring going on. Could be a vehicle, so I'm just starting to, but I do definitely focus on the signs too. Definitely. Definitely do. I just match the degrees first. We're talking about everybody, girl. I did mention Missouri. I could look at Missouri. I could definitely look at Missouri. California is under a big flood watch. There's a lot going on in California, and let me just say that Trump's connection with Gavin Newsom is that dark moon. It's also with the defense. The Department of Defense is in opposition with Trump, and California just so happens to have, it's not California. Okay, no, let me take that back. Gavin Newsom and Trump, that's a big no. It's a big no-no. They don't, I'm him saying it's a big no-no. They don't like one another. The pilot of 45. Oh, so there was, okay, that makes sense. Okay, so what we're seeing in the morning is the past. Thank you so much. Okay. That's what that's what it is. All right. That's exactly what it is. So you see how we saw the dark moon in that 12th house? And I'm like, okay, so that's already happened. So it's already happened in Ohio. That's it. Yeah, please hit that thumbs up. 24th, Virgo ascends a bird bound by neck to a post. It signifies a man that will be restrained and held to hard labor. So that's from a book from the 1600s. Do you have that title? And I'll write it down. I'm off to take my daughter and her computer to get fixed. Good luck. Yeah. I had a friend actually reach out to me. Um, uh, she's in California, and we talk about the stuff going on in California. She said big weather is coming at the quote transverse mountains of Southern Cal. They have been spraying the skyline all week, enough to shade the sun this weekend. We will have to see what our Christmas Pineapple Express amounts to. Something ridiculous is up. 7 p.m. and they're still out blocking new moon star viewing. Cheers and happy holidays. So that's what my friend in California, she keeps me up to date with what she thinks is going on. Hey girl, your son is in Cali. Gotcha. Yes, please. Libra here in the chat. Listen to your recordings. Listen to the recordings. What did you sent me? Who is Melissa? Melissa, girl. Melissa is the step aunt. Melissa is Chris's, the stepfather, Sebastian, Chris's sister. Because the third face of Virgo, which is Mercury, it says a lot of members through infirmities of pulling up trees, depopulating of places. Mm. Hey, Wild Wolf. Or a state, more of a twin state that has a lot of rural areas and less population. Yeah. Do you see anything in South Dakota? I've been looking at the Dakotas. I've been looking at the Dakotas today. You think I should pull up the marshals for right now? Let's look. Hold on. Let me look at We got Greece, we got California, got Oregon, Indonesia. This one could break off something pretty big. They had one pretty big today that could break off something pretty big. Look at that. It could. Okay. Let's look at the Marshalls. Let's look them up. Let's go ahead and pull them up again. I'm not trying to go through my list. Marshalls. And the 23rd, like I said, I'm thinking that now that we know about there being a plane crash and it came from Florida. It came from Florida. Let me look at that real quick first. Hold on. Twenty-two, 25. There it is. Lots of energy at home. Oh my gosh, guys. That is their connection to the United States. 28, 27, 28. Venus is coming to oppose their relationships. She's on her way. She's a 28, 28. And she's going to come to that 2859. Let's look at that. Let's look at that real quick. Hold on. 2859. The values of the marshals and the courts. You know what? Okay. We need to watch this because if nothing like really pertinent takes place, then we need to come back to this. We definitely would come back to this because I say this because anybody that would be with the Secret Service, anybody, I'm seeing a darkness around the Secret Service. Anyone that's in the protection program is going to, this could be a part of the protection program too. Tomorrow looks like a big day. I'm going to keep this right here. Let me look at that with, let's see, Ohio, plane crash. Oh, it's at the Ohio airport. Pilot unharmed after plane crashes. No injuries, no one hurt. Authorities are investigating pilot unscathed after small plane crash in northern Ohio. Okay, so there is an investigation underway then, either way. There's definitely an investigation underway with the marshals. I mean, with the FAA, but the marshals, guys, I don't know, man. They would be in charge. Let me pull up. Oh, Jeff, bring that. There's something on the table for you. Bring that in here. It's like a big envelope. Bring that in here. Hold up. Bring it in here. Here you go, Shauna. Hold it up.
Thank you.
A prayer for electricians. Oh, Shauna.
Too sweet. Thank you.
He said, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Shauna. You're so sweet, girl. Just wait. Um, yeah, sweet. Did you wanna Hi, did you wanna go to, are we shopping tonight or no? Okay. Well, the chickens need to be closed up. Bless their heart. I didn't let them out all day today. Okay. It's called A Description of the Phases and Degrees as given in the ancient authors, being applicable to Genesis, vehicle, and ordinary astrology, edited by Raphael, astrologer of the 19th century. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Sent the link to the book in the form from the Internet Archives, and you have the link to the Mormon stories in the cluster of emails I just sent you. Okay, cool. Sounds good to me, girl. Sounds good to me. Thank you so much. Okay, so this, let me make sure I've got, hold on. Here we go. $28.59. See, here's the witness protection program. They shine at a 2148. And that is where, they also have that 2443 in their chart that was in it was in transit when Charlie was taken out. It was in transit when Charlie was taken out, that 2443. And that's why I have looked to see if there's any possible way that he could have survived or had some type of dummy, There's that 0034 that is going to be coming into transit tomorrow as well. And so I do wonder because they have one handler in the marshals, one that would be responsible for anybody in the protection program like yours truly, Epstein. Like Epstein. Let's look at this with Epstein tomorrow. Epstein. It's just all kinds of stuff, man. All kinds of stuff going on, and I just can't keep up. Epstein, where you at, buddy? Because I think what's going to happen, he's going to have a little oopsie. I don't think he's going to get busted, but I think that he's going to almost get busted. Let's see. Let's see. He's got to wait too with the Department of Justice today, all day. There's actually an opposition with him, with his friend group, and how he brings in money. Mars, when Charlie was taken out, was right here at a 2218. In fact, the day that Charlie was taken out connects a whole hell of a lot to Epstein, to Israel, to Mexico, to Trump. Yeah. Yes, yes, and more yes. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And so Venus is going to come right here. Venus at a 2859. She's going to come to that 2921 with these desires. These desires to go far. Mercury is going to be at this degree. It's about his baby boo, this hidden home, if you will. I don't think he's gone, guys. I just don't. I just don't. I think it's no. No, they got him out of there. So the Venus is going to come to that 2921. I still have yet to find who is going to be shaken up tomorrow. Let's see. When does that come in again? It comes in for Sebastian. On the 24th, Christmas Eve. Then Epstein. Unbelievable, man. There's so much to see here. It's not even funny. So they're going to have, so the DIA and the DIA and Trump, the defense, there's going to be a little breaky break here. There's going to be a breakup. There's going to be an opposition. There's going to be major things going down with Russia. This is going to be another big one. Another big one. Because gosh, I can't even keep up, man. Let me look at some of these states. I've got to find that. I got to find that. Let me look at Indiana. Let's start with Indiana. I got to find that 2439. I got to find it. So thinking he isn't dead, is he surprised by his wife? Oh, I don't know. I mean, I just know that whatever happened with Charlie, it happened before we actually heard the shot. It did. Have y'all seen it? Have y'all seen it on slow-mo? If you haven't seen it on slow-mo, let me know. No, what I'm saying is that that plane, we can definitely see the plane. Shauna, the plane that I'm talking about, it's already in the past. That's why we know. That's why I know without a shadow of a doubt. This 12th house is about the things of the past because it's already there. It's already there. It begins in the 12th house. That is the investigation with Ohio right there. That plane crash. It's already in the past. Already there. At 2439. Where's it at, man? Indiana. Yeah, it's already in the past. When we wake up in the morning, it's already in the past. I mean, there could be other things going on in Ohio that's going to be in the past. I don't know. Let me just pull up at Indiana. I've got to find this 2439. I could even look in. He definitely damn. Right there. That's not a 2439, but I did just see that they're going to get shaken up. 27. Sebastian connects to Indiana right here with Jupiter in the 6th house. Now, if there's a military hospital, that's possible. There's that 34 with the relationship with Indiana with the protection program. Chiron was at a 1703 when he went missing. There's the Mars. His Hygeia, the health factor is in 1846 in Pisces. The state of Tennessee does have this connection with Indiana. Okay.
Kind of runs a teeters. We need proof.
Okay. Hold on just a second. Now my son's going to FaceTime me. Hold on.
Hey,
Hey, you okay?
I'm sick, girl.
What do you mean you're sick?
I'm sick.
Are you running a fever?
Oh yeah, I have been.
Why
Yeah,
didn't-
last night I got sick while I was at work. Like, I mean, I felt bad yesterday morning, but as I was at work, like it kept getting worse and worse. Got to the point where I was like, I can't even run food anymore. And I was like the closing manager. I was like, I'm gonna hide in the office. Like I'm
Why
sick.
didn't you call me?
I didn't need to, Mom.
Oh, babes.
Bobby's been taking care of me.
Well, so what's the fever?
I don't know. I don't have a temperature. Like I don't have a
Thermometer?
yeah.
Oh, babe.
But I was definitely running a fever. He went out at like 2 a.m. and got me no spray.
What are your symptoms?
I've had a crazy cough, headache, crazy tension in my sinuses,
Oh,
can't even
man.
breathe, chills, fever, hot and cold at the same time.
What are you taking?
I've been taking Robitussin and ibuprofen, babe,
Okay, good. Good.
and now I'm out of ibuprofen.
Oh, yeah, you definitely need to get some more of that. Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Hobby get it when he gets off work.
All right.
But I had like a wind of energy today, so I like got up and like helped him cook and everything. Now the house is a mess. What are you doing?
I'm on live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, call me when you're done.
Well, you're not going to answer.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
All right. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Sorry, guys. When they call, no, I don't mute. I don't mute my calls. Okay, so let's see. All right. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let me look. I hope he does too. I hate it. I hate it when the kids are sick, especially when we're so far away from each other. There's definitely shit going down with Iran. Definitely stuff going down with Iran. I've looked at Ohio. It's not New York. I've looked at Arizona. Let's look at Nevada one more time. Let me look at Nevada. Meant no disrespect. It's okay. But if I just don't mute them. My daughter will call me. Let's see, Nevada 29. Yeah, I had texted him and told him I was gonna go live, but I wanted to talk to him before I did and check on him, see how he's doing. I don't see it. I don't see it. Let me look at Puerto Rico one more time. No, was it Georgia? Hold on. Hold up. Honey, you weren't disruptive. You're fine. It's all good, guys. It's all good in the hood. Everything's gravy. Let's see. Where was it? Florida. Let's go to Florida. Georgia isn't, some of these states, guys, I mean, some of the states that we live in, I think are just they're just some of them are just more corrupt than others, Here is the remember when I said that some states have the dark moon degree? Well, that's Florida. That's Florida. Florida has the dark moon degree of the United States. So Florida was also in transit when Sebastian went missing. So let's take note of that. Definitely. Definitely. So we've got the state of Florida right here. Jules and I connect to Florida here with the flame of life and the 8th house of Gemini here. Still no 24. Okay, Chiron is going to come down to that degree, or it's at that degree now. 2232. 2232. Is that where are we at right now? $22.32. So that's coming to Florida. With Chiron in Aries. 2232. Yeah, it's a 2239. So we got a ways to go. But there is going to be let's look at Florida. What's going on in Florida right now? I mean, I'm sure weather. I'm sure it's weather. Okay, we don't see anything. Florida news. Florida lawmakers debate future of the river. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. The travel, that's not it. 2 attorneys vanished during Florida fishing trip as heartbroken wife pleads. What? Search expands in Gulf for missing Fort Myers fishermen after boat found. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, man. Well, guys, I think we see what it could be here. The boat, a green 42-foot Freeman catamaran named Unstoppable, was found by the Coast Guard on Saturday morning, running and drifting about 70 miles offshore from Fort Myers with no one on board. U.S. Coast Guard, God dang. U.S. Coast Guard, who led the search for Miami, were joined by Collier and Lee County Fire and Law Enforcement with firefighters who volunteered their time on the water. Volunteer pilots also joined the search, taking private planes from Naples Airport to assist in locating the missing fishermen. Okay. So that could definitely be it. That could definitely be it. So the 2230, what was it? 2232. 2232. Oh, it's not going to get there. It's not going to get there. Nope, it's going to station, so it's not even going to get there. 2232. Let's go back. God, that sucks, man. Right here. So sad. So sad. Ugh. Florida transits right now. Massive power outage in San Francisco. Oh, gosh. What kind of attorneys are they, Lisa? Do you know? Do you know? Enjoy your night, Shauna. Dang it. Okay, so the wake up call that we're going to see with the United States, the 2208, it's going to first come here. It's first going to come here. There's those attorneys. Damn. That's bad. That's bad. Off the Florida shore. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, I'll look into it. I'll look into it. We can see that there's limits and obstacles that are going to be faded. Oh, I don't like this. I'm going to have to look into them then. I'm definitely going to have to see what's going on because, I mean, there's just been too much. It's just been too much weird stuff going down. Too much. There'll be a breakup right there. There'll be a breakup with the investigation. This is tomorrow night. So where's Jupiter at now? God, I don't know. I don't know if it'd be, I don't know yet. Because I haven't really investigated looking at it. There's a lot of things going on with Sebastian the next few days. Yes. Including Christmas Eve. But there's a lot of oppositions that are upon him. There's an opposition upon his mother right now. And it will be until late tonight. She is her magnetism with the authority, with the FBI is not good. It's not good today. And there's actually a breakup with Sebastian in communications today. So any type of communication mishap with Sebastian, yeah, I mean, would we know about it? Probably not. Venus is going to come and oppose him. Actually, Venus is opposing him right now. Venus is opposing Sebastian right now. And then there's going to be a relationship that is going to oppose him. What does it mean? The values of the courts, the values of the law. And anything that Steve Fisher would be saying as well. Anything that Steve Fisher would be saying is opposing Sebastian. Period. I mean, period. That he could be saying like right now. Press conference in 1 hour or an hour ago, President Trump, Secretary of War, announces plans for a new warship. Oh God. Well, there you go. For somebody that cries America first, America first, America first, I just don't feel like America's first. I feel like all of these foreign interests are first and we are last. We are last. There's nothing that's changed about that, no matter how great anybody thinks. These people are all the same. There's no left, there's no right, there's no middle. They're all corrupt. They're paid, bought for. I mean, they're disgusting. They're disgusting human beings. Hmm. Dang it, dang it. Same never. Yeah. Yeah. Florida. Let me go back to the Florida men lost at sea. Fort Myers. Recent rescues. Yeah. Well, historical cases. See if I've got the US Coast Guard. Let me see if I've got them. US Coast Guard. SF can't even find his shoes. Coast Guard to spend search for searching. Okay, that's 8 hours. 21. God, 21 hours ago. God, there's so much going on. It's not even funny. US Coast Guard. There we go. Right there. January 28th, 1915. As current service. August 4th, 1970. As the cutter service. Let's see. January 28th, 1915. Let's see. January 28th, 1915. Is there a signing anywhere? Woodrow Wilson, the Coast Guard Act. It merged with the life saving. What time? No specific hour. Okay. So we're going to do let's do noon. And we can look at the non-movers. There it is. Okay. Shit, no, it's not. Oh my God, what did I do? Oh my gosh. Ugh. Oh my God. Okay. There we go. Damn. Look, we went on a search with him looking for Layla Santinello. We found a white tank top, black pants, tons of needles, and he didn't bag and tag it and take it. He expected, I guess, to make a phone call and they were going to come and get it. But they didn't, because I went back the next year and it was still there. So, yeah. Pluto is the 0031. Let's look at this for a second. Okay, so Hygeia is going to come into that 0031. So it could be that could be it, what I'm looking at. So 0030, we're going to test this new chart. This is how I do it. When I pull up a chart, when I create one, like I just did, we're going to test it. And the Pluto, we should know if they find them tomorrow deceased, because that Pluto is showing a bunch of transformation. It could be at this point in time by noon tomorrow, or it could be the dark moon out of 31, and that would be on Christmas. So we'll wait for that. We'll watch and see. With investigations and video, there's going to be things that are going to be going down. Yeah, there's Florida with the divine justice, with the Neptune. So it could be on Christmas that they're found. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. But anyway, I'm going to come back on tomorrow. Hopefully in the morning, I'll come back on and go through these charts again, looking at it just like we did today, bouncing back and forth. It's a big day for the United States on December 25th. So I do want to talk more about these days in regard to travel, in regard to any type of false flags that could be coming about. And I'm still going to look for that state that Sebastian is connecting to today. He runs misinfo and interface. He really does. He really does. He's major distraction, man, major distraction. Oh my God, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I mean, I don't say that because I didn't give him a chance. He is so self-centered. SF is so self-centered. I'm telling you, he is the most self-centered person. And he just doesn't do his job correctly. He just doesn't. He just doesn't. I mean, you can see it. And I wouldn't just say that because I just don't like him. I just have never liked him since I met him. And I met him 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. I just don't like him. Yeah, about 4 years ago. I don't like his attitude. I don't like him. Don't hate him. Don't hate anybody, but I don't like him. He's on my everlasting nerve. Everlasting nerve, guys. And I'm going to end this stream. Love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back on in the morning. You're welcome. Thank you for hanging out with me. I will be back on in the morning, and we're going to go back over these. We're going to go back over the charts again. Going to go back over them again. We're going to have to see what all is in store for us, or what we can find, especially when it comes to Sebastian. All right. Peace out, guys. Here's Sebastian's anthem. Throw your green hearts up.
Clean like your soul, won't be forgotten. We stand strong for you, never give up. Seek justice and truth, day and night we search. Community gathers, wipe the tears away. Rise up for you, Sebastian strong. Sebastian's army, we march on. Each day comes and goes, hope in our hearts. You're never alone, we'll bring you home. Wish it was a dream, babe. It lingers on, but strength we carry will keep you strong. Rise up for you, Sebastian strong. Sebastian's army, we march on. comes and goes, hope in our hearts. You're never alone, we'll bring you home. Wish it was a dream, hey, it lingers on, but strength we carry will keep you strong. Rise up